Why do 70-year-old Afghans sit for the university exams? And what makes Afghanistan fabulously rich? Hint, it's not the minerals. Humans lived in what is now Afghanistan at least 50,000 years ago. Currently, Afghanistan has one of the youngest populations in the world, with a median age of 15 years old. A landlocked country at the crossroads of Central and South Asia, Afghanistan is bordered by Pakistan, Iran, Turkmenistan, Uzbekistan, Tajikistan, and China. Rich in copper, lithium, talc, marble, gold, and uranium, Afghanistan's vast mineral wealth is estimated to exceed $1 trillion. Following the Third Anglo-Afghan War, roughly 100 years ago, in 1919, the country was able to become independent from foreign influence. By 1996, most of the country was captured by the Islamic fundamentalist Taliban, who had ruled as a totalitarian regime for over 5 years. They were removed from power after the US invasion in 2001, but still control a significant portion of the country. NATO nations' armed forces are expected to leave Afghanistan by September 11 this year, generating from $300 million to as much as $1.6 billion in revenue annually. The Taliban appear poised to take by force what they do not get through negotiations, once US and coalition troops complete their withdrawal from Afghanistan. According to a new assessment based on intelligence from the United Nations member states, mining alone reportedly earned the Taliban $464 million in 2020. Other income sources are drug trafficking, opium production, kidnapping, and extortion. Illegal mining helps to prolong the ongoing conflict, especially in the northern and eastern provinces, where warring groups compete for the mineral wealth. The UN report warns that there is little evidence to suggest the Taliban have done much to sever ties with the Al-Qaeda terror group, as required by the agreement with the US. Members of Al-Qaeda have been relocated to more remote areas by the Taliban to avoid potential exposure and targeting, the report found. It said as many as 500 Al-Qaeda members reside in at least 15 provinces of Afghanistan. US officials acknowledged the UN report, but emphasized that the only way to achieve a just and durable peace in Afghanistan is through ongoing inter-Afghan negotiations. Our ultimate goal is an Afghanistan that finds an end to 4 decades of conflict, State Department spokesman Ned Price told reporters. US officials like Ambassador Zalmay Khalilzad have argued that a key motivation for the Taliban has been a desire for international acceptance, and that they understand they will sacrifice both acceptance and aid if they resort to violence. Some Central Asia analysts argue that Kazakhstan and Uzbekistan, who are eager to enhance their relationship with the United States, have an imperative to ensure that Afghanistan does not threaten international security and prevent China from dominating their region. China has long established a military outpost in eastern Tajikistan that allows it to monitor Afghanistan's northeastern Wakhan corridor, which has a narrow border with China's restive Xinjiang province. Moscow and Dushanbe have an agreement to keep the Russian troops along the Tajik-Afghan border until 2042. At the same time, there is talk of Washington being interested in US bases in Central Asia as an alternative to boots on the ground in Afghanistan. In early May, US Ambassador Khalilzad visited Uzbekistan and Tajikistan. Around that same time, US Secretary of State Antony Blinken held a virtual meeting with the foreign ministers of all 5 Central Asian states: Kazakhstan, Kyrgyz Republic, Tajikistan, Turkmenistan, and Uzbekistan. Afghanistan's Foreign Minister Mohammad Hanif Atmar and his Turkmen counterpart Rashid Meredov met in the western Afghan province of Herat on June the 5th to brainstorm on a pipeline that would transport Turkmenistan's natural gas to Pakistan and India through Afghanistan, and the Lapis Lazuli transit route connecting Afghanistan to Turkey and Europe via Turkmenistan, Azerbaijan, and Georgia. Afghanistan and Turkmenistan have already launched a 30-kilometer railway segment that links the Afghan border cities of Ankara and Andoy. It is supposed to become a part of the 400-kilometer trade and transportation corridor connecting Tajikistan, Afghanistan, and Turkmenistan. The railway line may be extended to the border with Kyrgyzstan, with further access to the states of the Asia-Pacific region. While not having a direct border with Afghanistan, Kazakhstan is the region's natural leader, given that it is Central Asia's largest economy. During the past decade, Kazakhstan also acted as a key facilitator of the early negotiations in 2013 that led to the 2015 Iran nuclear deal. Kazakhstan's capital Nur-Sultan has been a major venue for several rounds of Syrian peace talks involving Russia, Turkey, the Syrian regime, and opposition groups. According to the Afghanistan Ministry of Mines and Petroleum, of 748 mining areas around the country, 283 are controlled by the Taliban, 281 by the government, and the rest by local strongmen. Integrity Watch, an Afghan transparency watchdog, argued in a 2019 Al Jazeera interview that the government's policy should not favor large contracts, which are difficult to oversee due to security and the political situation in the country, and rather the government should focus, Integrity Watch suggests, on small and medium tenders for local contractors. Some analysts point out that there is only one truly precious resource in Afghanistan, and that is its people. The United Nations estimates that 40% of young Afghans now neither study nor work. Afghanistan's labor market will have to accommodate some 500,000 new entrants annually over the coming 5 to 10 years. Afghanistan cannot become a stable, prosperous country if its young people are not educated. A World Bank survey found that in 4th grade classes, a mere 40% of teachers showed any evidence of mastering the language curriculum. Even fewer had any mastery of mathematics. Afghan children receive less effective teaching than any sub-Saharan African country. Thanks to a national education system that is highly centralized but nonetheless very weak, training teaching staff locally is not an option. Nearly half of the 18,000 schools in the country lack adequate facilities. More than 450 schools have been closed down, many because of damage caused by the ongoing war. Nearly 4 million Afghan children are not enrolled in any school at all out of a total school-aged population of 8.4 million. One student signing up for this year's university entrance exams in Paktia province understands this better than anyone. He is in his 70s, having lived long enough to see what Afghanistan once was and what it has become. By sitting for his exam, this student has shown that he also knows what Afghanistan could yet be. If you have ideas about how education can help solve Afghanistan's problems, do let us know in the comments.